What's going on, guys? I just got this Vickers Tactical TangoDown shoe for the Glock Gen 5. I was gonna put it in. I said might as well just record it. I'm sure the powers that be will demonetize this, but that's fine for those who may be interested and kind of why I'm doing it. And I guess I'll just record the process. No second takes or anything. Ever since I got my 45, again, this is empty. No magazine. Ever since I got this early on, I actually put the Glock Performance trigger and a standard flat face shoe on mine. It's been rocking like that for as long as I can remember, but I don't know, no real reason other than I just want to make sure I can master everything, because this is such a different mechanism versus the OEM trigger, because it's a fully cocked striker system, and it just pulls a lot differently, because when you're pulling back the trigger, you're not actually pulling the striker back any further because it's already fully cocked. All you're doing is lowering the sear to release the striker, and that's really just other than like the small spring that pushes up that plunger to get the the safety out of the way to the striker. And it's just all you're really feeling is just the weight and the pressure against the connector. And this one has a polished dot connector, which is what it came with. So the only trigger modifications on here is just the shoe. I think I do have a lower powered striker or a plunger spring. Doesn't make too big of a difference, but it does make it pretty smooth. But if you guys notice, that's the take up with this shoe, and it just breaks. I feel like 3.5, 4 pounds. I don't have a gauge, but I'm so used to the flat face. When I went over to the OEM shoe, you guys notice, I'm sure if you're familiar with Glocks, this doesn't go face down all the way, and it's curved, so I can't get a consistent pull. Now with enough practice, I could get a consistent pull, I'm sure, but I'm just kind of impatient. I just want to play around with it. I know some people sell these shaved down a bit, so that goes flush, but I'm not a big fan of the curve. Again, all of this stuff can be trained out with training. There's plenty of Glock shooters that have no problem with the OEM shoe, so this is not me saying this is better one way or the other. This is more of me wanting to try something else. And I saw these Vickers Tactical shoes. They were pretty affordable. They're not like made of aluminum like this, so it's a little cheaper. I actually got this real cheap. I think it was like $60 on the secondary, brand new. So I really couldn't pass it down. Plus I got I think this is the older model of the performance trigger. Whenever I installed it, it was like $60, $70. So altogether I was over a little $100 for pretty much the whole trigger assembly. This is the OEM one. Obviously this, when you press the trigger, it's gonna further pull the striker back and then release it, so you're gonna get a little bit more, I guess, creep and mush. I don't really have a problem with that in the brake. I actually have a minus connector. This is the one from Overwatch Precision, so they have an MP3 coating on there, so it makes it a little bit slicker. That's just some of the grease I put on there. For what it's worth, I use this Cleanse Oil synthetic gun grease. It's been working pretty well. I mean, I don't know if there's a better one out there, but it works. I figured I'd just show us putting this in. So what we're gonna do is take the old shoe off. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get the right size punch. I forget what I need. Like I said, there's no this isn't like this isn't like second takes or anything. So I'm doing this all like fresh. So let's see, where can I? Trying to figure out how to put this down so I could bang that out. So maybe that way. So what I need to do is, because this is enclosed on this side, I need to punch this out of this wall, and then punch it back out this way to pull the shoe off. So I could honestly mess this up, but who knows? It's fine. I'm trying to figure out a way to lay this so it'll be fine. It's fine. So I'm not an armor. I'm not condoning doing this, but I'm just saying it is something you can do at home, but be careful. So we gotta. You can kind of see it pumping out on that other side. See that bulge? So it's starting to come out. Pop through that plastic. Alright, it's almost there. Well, I feel like I might be able to push it out this way now. So then you just go on this side and See how it's popping it out the other side now? Just take your time. I'm kind of doing it kind of sloppily. There you go. So now you have the OEM shoe off. This is for the, you know, everyone's familiar with the Glock trigger, or at least have seen it if they haven't messed with it. So let's open up this guy. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know if there's any instructions on it, but I figured, so this is plastic or polymer. It's a bit of a seam. I may sand that down, but there's no, what I'm talking about that I don't like is the curve. And again, that's something you can train out, but I'm so used to the flatter shoe. I feel like I can get a more consistent pull and I don't have to adjust so much. It's just a cheat code, really. But basically, yeah, it's got a little bit of a hook to keep your finger. I'll be honest, I'm not like super amazed by the quality. There's like little burrs, but it is polymer and cheap, so I'm sure they're making a killing off this guy. But it's fine. So we just need to, I guess we got to back this off a little bit because right now it's fully engaged, so I got to punch it up a little bit, punch it over rather. So I'm just trying to get it where it's no longer in that cavity. So light taps because it's moving pretty easily. All right, there you go. See, it's no longer in this slot. So this is where the trigger bar will go in. And then I'm just pushing this through and it's on there. And then I'll just make this flush and it should be good to go. I would recommend using a good backstop for this because I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to damage something on here, but mostly you don't want to damage the geometry of the bar. That would not be good. So I should be more cognizant of that. Again, I'm not an armor. I'm not telling you guys to do what I'm doing. So almost flush. Well, I just need to pound a little bit more, but that's it there. So, yeah, I already tell that, you know, it's not really the irritation. Some people's fingers get irritated by the OEM shoe. It's not really that, it's just, my finger wants to go from one side or the other, especially when I haven't used it in so long. So I figured I'd give the OEM, trigger assembly a shot, but I just did want to change the shoe out. And I felt like this was like a pretty good deal. I think it was like 40 or 50. But it is polymer. It's not like, an aluminum shoe like this, and they go for like close to 100 or over. But I do like this shoe. But for no good reason other than wanting to try the OEM again, because it's so different. It's a different feel. I'm just gonna put this on there, and I feel like it was a cool little project. I am getting pretty good with this, for the amount of time I spent on it. But I'll be putting that in next range trip. I'll take that out and see how that feels. But yeah, just a nice little connector, a good one, not like one of those crazy ones. I mean, obviously it's up to you. Other than that, everything else is stock in here of the OEM housing. So you just pop that back in there, and that's it. And I'll probably pop that in and kind of do some dry fire. But yeah, that's the Vickers Tactical TangoDown Flat Face Trigger Shoe for the Gen 5 Glocks. This is for, I think they might have different ones for the slim lines. This is for the double stack ones, but it'd be fun to try that out next time at the range. All right.